This video is meant to walk through some of the basic ideas on how to create a Google site. There's a lot of websites out there that you can use. Wix, Weebly are just a couple that you can also use. Google Sites, however, has been updated recently, and there's some pretty neat features that it offers for you. First thing you want to do is go to your Google Drive. And on the left-hand side where it says New, you just click on New. Go down to More, and then find Google Sites. There is still the possibility of creating a Google site from the old method or old style. I would highly recommend, if you're going to make your first Google site, that you do this with the new version of the sites in mind. Eventually, at the end of this year, they're going to shift everything over from the old to the new. So you might as well just start with the new. A couple things you'll notice right away. Right up here it says Untitled Site. So I'm going to give my site a name. And that's something you can change. Just like anything with Google, it starts off private and I can change it. So if I don't like the name, I can change it at a later time. Your page title. Maybe this will say Welcome. I can heading, subheading if I want to. I can align it where I need to. I can create hyperlinks, and I can trash it if I don't need it for some reason. I can insert an image. I can change the header type, and the header type allows you to large banner, banner, or title only. I can move this to where I need to. If I need to make it a little bit bigger for some reason, I can adjust the size. I can just leave it just like it is right now. When I want to start to add down here, I'm going to look over here. It's already built in for me. One of the nice things with Google Sites is anything you've done in Google, as far as Google Drive goes, you can easily put this into your website. So I'm going to go right up here. I can insert a text box, images, embed a URL, or upload. I'm going to start with the text box. So there's my text box. Welcome to our classroom website. If I need more space, I can do that. If I want to shrink this down because it's too much space, I can bring it in. I can bold, italicize, the justification or the alignment. I can make bullet numbered or a numbered list. I can make a bullet point, and there's that hyperlink again. So if I want them to click on the link to take them somewhere else, that's the purpose of that hyperlink. More editing options here. Code font, which isn't really something that the basic person that's just making a Google site would need. Strike through, clear formatting. So if you've done a bunch of formatting and you don't want it anymore, you can just clear it out right there. I can move. So if I have several text boxes here, I can move that where I need to. If I want to adjust it this way, I can adjust it where I need to go, which is a really nice feature. If you want to get it, your text right in the center, you'll see those lines and it shows you exactly where the center is. I can delete it. I don't need it. I can delete it. I can change the section background. I can put in my own image. Now, one kind of caution here is don't have so many images and so many things going on that it's distracting to the students that are trying to use this. I might want to insert an image. Now this is your standard way of inserting an image. You can go by URL. So if I go to Google, and here are my images, I'm going to type in South Sioux City, the logo. I'm going to do a right-click, copy image address, right-click, paste. If it does not show up here, you'd have to use a different image. You can search. You can find it in your album. So if you're really organized and you have all your pictures or images you want to use, you can search right there. You can also search from Google Drive. So they've made it so easy to find all the images you need. I can select. There's my image. Now if I don't want it there, I can do the undo last section button. I can make it smaller. Maybe that's too small, so I might want to bring it out a little bit bigger. I can crop it. There's your crop tool. This tool would be the uncrop, just the opposite. And I can turn this into a link. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to click on link. I can copy and paste it, or I can just type it in. So I'm going to do our main home page. I'm going to press apply. So when students see this icon, that image, they click on it and it takes them to a specific website. I can click on more editing options here, replace image. That's the alternative text, which would show up if for some reason the image doesn't display, or there's not a real important reason for that. If I need to change, I can change that. And I can also delete it if I realize I don't want that link where it is. All right, next couple things here to look at would be down here. So it's components, a divider. If you want to divide your page, maybe by days of the week, weeks, so like week 1, week 2, here's where you can get access to everything from your drive. And I'll show you in just a second how to do that. You can also embed from YouTube, which is fantastic because the students don't have to go to YouTube. They don't see all the side videos. The video actually comes to your site. Google Calendar. So if you make a Google Calendar specifically for your class or for the parents, you can embed the calendar and it's right there for you. Map, if there's a certain reason for having a map, then here's your docs, slide sheets, forms, and charts. So again, remember, anything you do in Google starts off as private. So if I make a Word document, a Google document for my students, I have to open up the share settings for them, otherwise they cannot see it on my website. I'm going to click preview. One of the nice updates that Google has done with this is gives you the ability to see on multiple platforms here. So I can see what it would look like on a tablet, on a computer, or on a phone. Now the idea here is I want it to be user-friendly for all platforms. I want it to work for whoever has access to my website. Now I'm going to go close out of that, and I'm back here to editing. I do want to add another page, so I'm going to click on Pages. I'm going to add a page, and this page might be reading. So everything on this page, it should deal with reading. So I'm going to go right here to Insert, or I can Themes. I can change the theme. Maybe I want a purple theme or the font style. You can really customize it to exactly how you want it to be. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to YouTube. And if I want to type your search in the box above to find videos, uploaded, maybe there's a video that I've already created that I want to just pull right in, which is very helpful to have. So video search. I wanted to do reading ABCs. If I've already previewed this one, I can then simply click on it and click where it says select. So now my YouTube video has been embedded into my website, which is really nicely, very easy for your students now. They click play, they have it right where they need to. All right, next thing we're going to go down to docs. Now if I've created a specific document for my students, which let's say it's this one right here, I'm going to open that up and click Insert. So now here is the document for my students. Again, this particular document, I have to open up the share settings so anyone with the link can have access to view this specific document. If I want to make it bigger, I can make it bigger. I can drag the size down if I need to. If I don't like the size, I can hit undo. And I can always go to preview. I want to see what this page looks like. So I'm going to click preview. The video looks great. It plays right there. And then there's my document. They will have the ability to open the document if it's something that you want them to make a copy of. I can go back to my home page. Close this for now. Let's say I want to insert a Google Calendar. Now, obviously, if you're doing this as a specific website for your students, you're going to put everything on its own pages. So let's go a new page. Let's call this Calendar. Now I want to go back here to insert, and I want to go to my calendar. This pulls up every calendar that you've created. So let's say I want to do, here's my other calendars that have been created for me. These are all the web calendars that I have available. Maybe I just want to put the 6-day schedule in there. I'm going to insert that. Same thing for your calendar. You have to make sure that it's the share settings, it's open so anyone can view your calendar. And there's some really neat things you can do with appointments and time slots and so forth, but that is what your calendar looks like when you drag that in. I can now go to from Drive. So if there's something that I created, somebody shared something with me, it's something recent, I can plug that right in. So this one, we'll go right here. This is a form that I use with my students. They don't have to have the link to get there anymore. They have the link to my website, and that's all they really have to have. When I feel like I'm about done, I can go right up here to add editors. So if I want someone to work on this website with me, they can do that. I can preview it again, and I would highly recommend previewing it a bunch of times to see what it looks like on different devices. I can go to publish. Site location. For mine, I'm just going to call it my last name. And it will tell you if you can use it or if you can't. Anyone at ssccards.org, that would mean the students have to be logged into their Google account to get access to this. Now, if it's a website only for my students, I'm okay keeping it that way. If it's a website that their parents are going to get access to, I have to do anyone on the web. Allow my site to appear in search results. That's up to you. If you feel like you're making your website so fantastic you want others to find it, you can do that. But for me, I'm just going to put anyone at ssccards.org can get access to it. At that point, I would then hit publish. Now, when you go back to work on your website again, if you go to your Drive, you will see right here. It looks and kind of acts like a document, but it's actually your website. One question that pops up a lot is, if I publish it, can I still edit? Yes. And you can also, when you publish it, you can unpublish it. You can take it off so students don't have access to it. So there's lots of really fun things that you can do. Just like everything with Google, is jump right in and have some fun. Thank you.